should be good to go. It's gonna be a bit of a shorter session, but that'll be fine. Now let me just quickly check my Twitch page if we're actually good to go.
Says you're low. Hello.
Yep, looks like we're good to go. Right, everyone, do me a perception check.
Oh, okie
Why do you sound worried by that? You have ridiculous perception.
Yes, but have you seen my rolls? I usually get a 2.
Does that include me?
Yes.
Oh, God, who's coming? Okay, that's not too bad. I love how my most average roll is as good as Karis's perfect roll.
Indeed. Yeah, Ogrin, there's water dripping down on you from above. Lathan, Kala, these cubes, 1, they're alive, 2, they're stuck to the back wall. Karis, Ranmir, Hrusan, you feel drips dripping down on you from above as well. And there's an inscription up there under the ice.
Oh. What does it say?
What do you do? It's hard to make out, there's still a lot of ice up there.
Should I warm the room up a bit more?
You could do that.
Where's
What?
my pen?
How would you wish to do that?
Write it all down.
Maybe I don't want to do that with everyone here, so I'm just gonna use Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
That's not going to warm anything, but it will hurt things.
Spirit Guardians are on fire.
Okay. Right, so that's all of them. I'm pretty sure.
15 feet? Probably not.
Not these 3, but all of the others. So it's 5 wisdom saves from the cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I could move here and have the optimal Spirit Guardian location.
Okay, let's make it 3 more. Okay, that's... all but 2 failed, I think. What damage type is that? Radiant.
Radiant.
Okay, okay. Let's see here. 12 radiant damage. Alright. There's 8 of them. I gotta keep track of which is which. Right, anything else you wish to do?
Not really.
Tertius.
For once, he's not gonna use his longbow. He's gonna try to poke it with his rapier.
Okay.
The one he's next to.
Yep.
Oh wow. 13 piercing.
Bad, not bad. Yeah, that should be fine, I think.
And he's trying to fence a cube.
Indeed. Is he doing anything else?
Nope.
Okay, Hrusan.
Sorry, had on mute, forgot. I don't have a lot of great things for this situation. Sorry, had a plan, lost the plan. Is anyone hurt? Did we get hurt last time?
Don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think a pester party would be great right now.
Wouldn't it?
No. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. This building seems too small to fit Boris in.
Indeed.
None of my... I don't want to touch these things. All of my things involve touching things. Why am I good at touching things but not at hitting things? Ooh, actually... Hang on, let me just double check the range. Oh, I haven't used this before. Let's use one of these, and let's go with... let's go with... Hang on, let me just double check that I've got it correct. Because I'm... okay, let's go with... cold.
Okay, let's see this. You have resistance to fire damage. And if anything attacks you, they take 2d8 cold damage.
Yes.
If they hit you.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. Anything else you want to do? Well, in that case, Fisto. What is Fist?
Hang on. I was shunting myself over here.
Yes.
And yep, now I'm good.
Good. What is Fisto gonna do?
Well, I mean, I guess Fisto's gonna fist.
Indeed.
So we'll go for the little ice cube in front of him.
Okay.
And we'll whack and whack.
Yeah, both of those hit.
I should hope so. If not, we're in trouble. 21.
Excellent. Anything else?
Fisto's gonna kind of stay put.
Alright. Kala.
Carla is gonna take her bonus action to fly.
Indeed.
That seems like a good idea. I should just straight 5, 30 foot up.
How high are the ceilings in this place? Hang on. Let's see if that's even possible. Doesn't say. So it's fine, yep.
Okay. And then, she will cast Conjure Bonfire.
Alright.
And, yeah.
That is a dex save, isn't it?
Yep.
It failed. Roll me some fire damage.
-1. Oh god.
Wow.
It can get better.
Uh, 2d8.
Not bad. You're also turning up the heat, I see.
That's a turn.
Alright. Karis.
Okay. Well, since Carla put up a bonfire, I was gonna fly up and do a produce flame and try and warm the ceiling up some. But I might just let bonfire do bonfire. These things are attached to the wall, right?
Currently, yes.
I'm gonna scoot back a little bit before I do anything.
Just half frozen.
Okey-dokey. Oh. Ooh. Let's go back a little more, closer to the fire. And then I'm gonna hurl an Eldritch Orb at this guy.
Okay. Yes, that hits.
Big ol' 5.
Alright. Anything else?
Huddle next to the fire and cry.
Lathan.
Lathan is gonna move back,
Alright.
slap Rime and Rusan, and upcast Fly to level 5. So it's 3 people. So she's casting Fly on Rime, Rusan, and herself.
Oh,
jeez.
interesting.
And then she's gonna fly up because she should keep that concentration.
Indeed.
Flying, huh?
And I'm gonna tell him, you can fly now.
Flying. Wait, no, that one's better. Where's that one? My eyeballs are bad today.
Alright. Ogren, you hear sounds of combat above. Roll me initiative.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a deck save. What did I do that for? God damn
Yes.
it. I'm awake, I promise. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, poop, I didn't have token selected.
How many
I know what
times
I'm
are you gonna
doing.
roll for the same initiative? Let's find out.
There you go. Just the 3.
Your bonus is... What's your bonus to initiative?
2.15.
Okay, so... Hang on. That was the first roll. That's what it's gonna be. And then we have initiative for these boys. Oh dear. Well, Ogren, what are you gonna do?
How high up do we reckon they are?
Yes.
You could probably climb it.
Fuck it, I start King Konging the tower.
Indeed, do me an athletics check.
They just leave Tertius at the door.
Yeah, probably.
He's not going anywhere.
Digitus is down there. No, he ain't going anywhere.
Okay. You start to make your way up the tower.
Awesome.
Right. Cubes. Oh boy. Let's start with this one up here. The one in the fire. Needs to do another deck save, I think. Which it fails.
Don't they also need to save for the Spirit Guardians?
Yes,
Or
yes,
is
they...
that at the end of the turn?
Either way, they'll probably have to save for the Spirit Guardians. Starts its turn there. Okay, failed both of them, so fire damage and the radiant damage, please. Kala? Oh, there we go, excellent. 17, this is... Which one is this? That one. Okay, okay. And then it unthaws and moves away from the wall. Yep, accidentally moved that one. Let's see here. Let's see. It can only move half its speed, I think.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
So that's all its movement, then. It does not have enough reach. Okay. Is that one done? Okay, let's see, this one needs a wisdom save. It fails, so that's another 7 to that one. Another wisdom save, fails, another 7 to that one. But this one can get in range to someone, namely Hrusan.
Oh dear.
He's gonna give you a slappy slap.
Oh, is he now?
Nope, he's not.
No, he ain't. Now, let me just double check something. Do they have to hit, or do they just have to make an attack?
They have to hit for the shield.
That hits you. Okay.
Okay, this boy. Wisdom save. Saved. Hooray! 1, 2. Slurp.
I
Dex
think
save
they're
for
still
Hrusan.
halved. I think they're still halved even if they succeed their wisdom save.
Yeah, let's quickly double check that because it's important. An affected creature is halved. Speed is halved. I think, yeah, you're right. In that case, no dex save for you.
Yay!
Okay, this
Thank
boy
God.
down here, wisdom save. I clicked it and nothing happened. Oh, that's because I'm scrolled up. He failed, so that's it's this boy. So what's the damage? Let me scroll up again. 7. That's easy. And then he's gonna move here, and then I need a dex save from Digitus, or is that Tertius? I think it's Digitus, right?
That's Tertius.
Damn
And
it.
saved. I hope.
Yes, yes, he saved, so he can displace 5 feet.
Gotta say, the two boys, they've been earning their keep lately.
So he ends up
Yeah.
here, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, wisdom save from this cube over here. Which he fails. Hang on. So many cubes. They're all so slow. Okay, this boy over here. Wisdom save. Failed. That's this one. Then this guy's just gonna move a little bit to here. And I'm gonna slap Fisto. With his tentacles. 16. Does that hit Fisto?
Fisto has an AC of 17, so no.
Hooray! And then for the final cube. Wisdom save. Failed. They're not very wise, these cubes.
Fast or wise. They're almost gelatinous in nature.
Let's see here. Well, that could work, couldn't it? Larger or smaller? Yeah, that will work. Schlorp. Hang on. Place that there. Fisto needs to do me a deck save.
That'll be great.
He failed and is engulfed by the slime. I think he takes 3d6 acid damage.
That sounds right, but don't trust my brain.
I think it's worse.
On a failed save, the cube enters the creature's space, and the creature takes 3d6 acid damage and is engulfed. The bad thing starts happening next round.
Yep.
But what if we made him bigger?
This still takes 14 acid damage. Jesus. Well, Ranmir, there's a lot of cubes. And you can fly if you wish to.
How high is the ceiling?
More than, I guess about 30 feet.
Okay, so we have at least 2 people safe from this. I was thinking I could kill, like, maybe kill the one up north, but it's a gamble. I'd rather try to hit them all at the same time.
Okay.
So let's do a fireball on 4th level.
Oh, God.
Okay, where are you centering this?
On myself.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Good. Oh, good. Hi.
Everyone.
Good. It's okay. I'm resistant. Oh, fuck. Alright, deck save.
Does it
Yep.
hit all of us?
Yes, I think so.
I do
Also
resist.
flying
I think
once?
it doesn't hit the ones flying.
Yeah, I think Collars safe it up, so I think she should be fine.
Should be fine.
Okay,
Yes,
Kala and
very good.
Lathan are fine then.
Okay.
I have resistance to fire. Does that help?
It'll help you
hang
against
on.
the damage, but you're fine. So you take quarter.
So it's
Quarter
actually
of-
not that bad at all.
Quarter of 30 damage.
26 halved is 13.
It's 30 halved.
Is
I think.
what it's
Yeah, 30.
you vote. Why is it oh, because of that. 30 to 15 to 7 if we're rounding down, or 8 if we're rounding up.
Yes. Down.
So I only take 13, which means oh no, my
Oh,
temporary
did that do
HP.
it?
How dare you?
Also, isn't it a concentration save on your shield?
Nope, that's not a concentration spell.
Interesting.
Yes,
You
that's what
nuked
makes
my
it so
boy.
handy. Oh no, don't worry, we will. It's okay.
Okay,
We
here come
can
8 deck
rebuild him.
saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, I was waiting for the -3, but we were getting close.
What's the DC? Did those 15 save?
DC 16.
16.
They all
I think
failed.
they all failed.
Yeah, they all
Yeah.
failed. Okay, let me do some math over here.
He did the math, and that 20 was what they needed to pass.
Jesus.
Oh, and
Okay.
Fisto failed, so he'll take the full run too.
Poor Fisto.
Wait, does that mean he takes half the damage that you take, or the full damage?
See how close I am. I may have moved far away, far enough away. Nope, within range. He can take half the damage if I want, but it's fine. I just lost part of my temp
HP.
HP. So
Tertius is a smoking crate on the floor, so Hrusan, what do you wish to do?
Actually, hold on. I will fly up to the roof now.
Okay, yep. Getting
Yeah,
very
that
warm up
seems-
there.
It's just a little spicy. I'm gonna go. Oh wait, this guy's probably in. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna go up. I'm just gonna my way up to 30 feet. I
Okay.
assume.
Yes,
So
but
Ashton gets a slap.
Slippity slappy. 14 is a
No.
nope.
Then I'm gonna spend spells. Oh, how's the inscription above us looking? Is it melting yet?
Yeah, still a bunch of ice up there.
I
Might take
slap
a
it with
couple
one
of minutes.
these.
Okay, yep. You're starting to melt away at it, that works.
And that is my turn.
Fisto, I think if you start your turn in the cube, something bad happens to him, right?
well, he also here. We'll do the thing. He's supposed to get 10 HP at the start of every turn. So
Ah, he
Okay,
takes the damage at the start of the cube's turn. Okay, so he's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Can make
well-
a strength check to break out if he wishes.
You wish.
Okay, roll me a.
He
Nope.
failed.
Aw, Fisto, buddy.
Fisto do nothing. Can Fisto punch the one who's hugging him?
Yes,
Or
yes,
is
you can.
is he okay, well, let's go. I do, yeah. Let's do a couple punches. At least one of those hits.
Both of those hit. Roll me some
Oh,
damages.
yay! Hooray!
Fisto must live. He is the good boy.
20. I'll teach you for
Hey.
giving unasked for hugs.
Ooze splatters everywhere.
Ugh. But he's free.
But he's free
Indeed.
For how long?
temporarily.
Ugh.
Okay.
Kala. What do you wish to do?
You will go for wait, have I unmuted myself? Yes, I have. She's gonna go for an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, on which one?
This one.
Okay. Yes.
Oh god, their AC is horrible.
Indeed it is.
Oh yeah.
Plus, full cold,
Yep.
and I will push that back 10 foot, please. Thank you.
Back into the alcove it goes.
And yeah, fill out plus this one.
Which one?
Bottom middle.
Alright. Yes, that hits.
3 hits.
10 force.
Yeah.
Let me guess. It's going
Push it
there.
back.
Which one is this? Hang on, that's one of these boys. Okay, yep. Right, over to Karis then, I believe.
Realizes she doesn't want to be on the floor anymore, so she's gonna fly too.
Yep.
Floor is a painful place.
Where are my wings at? There's my wings. Okay. So
They're
while
usually
she's-
on your back.
Yeah, I found them. It's early.
Hmm.
So she's gonna chuck another Eldritch Orb at this boy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And 7.
Alright.
And she's gonna hang out by the ceiling and hope no one can grab her.
Lathan.
Does Nathan know if like a cloak of many fashions, if it's a magic cloak, if it can protect from fire damage? If she would throw it over over Tertius, if he would not get burned anymore, if Ranmir would throw down more fireballs. She really doesn't want to go looking for another skeleton friend.
Indeed, I don't know. I mean, it's just a cloak, isn't it? I don't think it's got any resistance to fire or anything.
Well, he's gonna chill down there. He's already dead. She's just gonna chill touch this one.
Okay. Yes. 7
Plus
necrotic.
7 necrotic damage.
I'm gonna guess it's this one, because I've lost track of which one's which, but this one it is.
Yeah, just put it on anyone.
Well, Ogren, do me another athletics check.
On it, boss.
Should...
Oh.
Nope.
Oh dear.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, okay, you can't really find a handhold there. It might take you a little longer to get up now.
Mm-hmm.
At least you
Cubes!
didn't fall and crush my other boy.
Okay, we have a dex save for this cube. Which he failed. That's fire damage, and then a wisdom save as well, which he succeeded.
You don't actually need to do the wisdom saves now. I'm too far up.
Oh yeah, okay,
It's only 16 feet.
right. Three fire, that is this one. In that case, it's gonna move out of the fire. Gonna move over here. There. No one's on the floor anymore, there's just hungry cubes below you now. Except for over
Yeah,
here.
there is something on the floor.
Fisto needs to do a dex save. He's fine, so he can displace. Get out of here, cube. Get out of here, cube. There. He will still get slappies, however. From this cube and the one adjacent. Nope and nope.
Nope. Nope and nope.
Well,
He laughs at your slappy slaps.
Ranmir, what are you gonna do about all these cubes? Ranmir?
I am still muted.
Oh, there we go.
I was saying that I don't want to hit Fisto, so I'm gonna... Oh no, wait, that's 40 foot high. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I was about to hit us again.
Are you gonna do
Yeah,
a
let's
flame
just do a
strike or
fireball.
something?
Yeah, I was going to hit the flame strike because it's only 20 feet wide. So I wouldn't have hit Fisto, but...
You would have cooked
it's
yourself.
Like 40 feet, yeah.
Yep.
You have such disregard to the poor Tertius.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus.
Boy.
Oh, no.
Very badly burned. Okay, cubes, dex saves. 7 of them this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
One of them saved! Holy
Hey.
shit. Oh, no.
One of them saved and only takes 16 damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone else takes a lot more. Okay, 33. It's 1 dead cube, 2 dead cubes, 3 dead cubes, 4 dead cubes. That lives. And that lives. Okay. Splat. 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 And splat. Yep. There's a dead cube in here. Right. 3 more cubes to go. And Tertius is very toasty now. Gruesome.
Yes.
Hey. Yeah. No. Fuck it.
It's also getting very hot up there in the bowl that is the ceiling.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get explodinated while we're up here. Top boy. This fella.
Yep,
Hiya! Nope.
that hits.
Wait. Yes. I forget. They are extremely touchable. And that is my turn.
Fisto. What will Fisto
Well,
do?
I suppose Fisto's gonna move and Fisto's gonna punch.
Oh, okay.
Fisto's gonna come over here and punch this guy.
Go for it. Just once though, for now. Yeah,
think
roll me
that'll
some
do.
damage. That will take care of that 1 HP it had left. It splatters all over the floor.
Squeeze.
Oh, I had 1 HP left, and you shoddy fire roll.
Okay. Fisto is done.
Okay. Kala.
I'll just blast this guy.
Okay. That hits.
Nice.
Four cold.
Okay, yeah.
And then put it back.
If you keep them together, I can Eldritch Orb both of them at the same time.
Okay, I will not push it back.
Hooray!
And then I will up the other one.
Yep, that hits. Roll me some damage. Okay. Right, Karis. You gonna do an Eldritch Orb?
Gonna try to shoot for right in the middle. The two of them.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. And then it's a dex save on the other one.
Yep. One gets 10, the other one gets who knows.
The other one gets dead. Both of
The other
them
one gets dead.
get dead.
Eee.
Splat.
Turns out the only way to
Splat.
not hit them is to roll a nat 1.
Indeed. And then you hear very loud, heavy breathing, and then a big hand reaches up above one of the alcoves there.
Oh. Oh. Ogren. Hi.
We're fine.
We're okay. Don't mind the
Good?
mess. Yep, we're good. You can hang out, I suppose. I start cooking the inscription a bit more. Pretty sure we found what
Do
we're
me a
looking
Constitution save.
for. Oh, Constitution.
I'm gonna fly down, and how badly burned is my boy?
Roll me a D100.
Oh no.
Well, he's very, very crispy.
Oh dear, that's
Is
an
there enough
extremely
left?
Mm,
Or do I need to start looking for a new one?
you might need to start looking for a new skeleton, but that's a lot of corpse dust.
We're so worried about Fisto, but we didn't
So
think about the others.
So he's pulverized, my boy. Right. So I don't have either of them. Because one's...
Incapacitated.
Yeah. Right,
Uh,
I'm gonna... Who knows what I need
Oh.
bone dust for.
Oh no, you finished him off, Ranmir. How
Trusan,
could
you're getting
you?
lightheaded.
Oh. Oh wait, there's smoke up here. There's smoke.
Nope. Karis is gonna go on the floor.
I'm
Just look-
trying to just quickly burn off the rest of the shit of this ice and see what I get.
Can
Ugh.
I assume that Lathan has like an empty potion bottle that she can
Absolutely.
just scoop the bone dust in?
You can.
Right. Is anything
I'll,
from the mask or the cloak left that she could salvage, or is that
The
burnt
mask
to its
is
wrist
still
as well?
there, but the cloak is, I mean, it's still there, but it's very badly singed. For the most part.
And we just got a load of capes anyways.
It's true, we do. We have some fabulous.
Yeah,
things.
she's gonna pocket the mask and Tertius's bone dust.
With a wish, you could bring him back.
Sure, yeah, that's what we'd use it for.
Yeah, or I could just loot this place for more bones.
Now, I'm not saying we were at a cemetery earlier, but we were
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of at
I
a
know.
cemetery.
Indeed. Right, there's a draconic inscription on the roof. You can read it now. Now that all the ice is gone.
Nurse, you're up. Can't read shit. Full of smoke.
Karis is not full of smoke. Can she read it?
Yes, She can. It
What's it
says,
say?
fifth, quench the flame in thy palm with ice.
Okay.
Indeed.
That's not too bad.
Relay this with the group. That's not too bad.
I mean, we still have to do some pretty unfortunate shit, but we're getting there. We just need fourth, which
Yup.
is whatever the hell's going on in that enchantment tower,
Yup.
which is in that goddamn crown. Maybe. Either we have to wear. I still think one of us has to wear it. I feel like breaking it won't give us the answer.
Oh, right, the crown. Ogren's gonna start climbing back down to look after Digitus.
Do a flip.
No.
Well, we can all fly down.
Ooh.
We have 10 minutes to fly.
Well, we got what we needed, and is there any residual usefulness of these slimy boys that I can put in a jar?
Do me a perception check.
Okay.
Is there a human skeleton up there? Or humanoid?
We will see.
Is there enough to put together a human
See,
skeleton?
see what I mean? Even my good rolls are bad.
Okay, okay,
Do I have a sufficient jar of...
Oh, I didn't read this line.
Go on.
I got a new one.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
It's like they planned this.
Yes.
Lathon,
Mm-hmm.
I think I see the remains of Tertius is actually over there.
Ranmer is going to fly out of this place to not see this.
Okay, sure.
You're right.
Would that
They
work?
are. Yes. I just gotta take out the mask, place it on his head. He's also gonna take out a cloak of manufacture she has, put it next to her, and start the ritual.
Okay.
While she's doing that, did I find any residual goop I can use? Can I put any of these
It's
boys
all
in a jar, or
melted
is it-
away.
Damn it. It would have been nice to have jar of goop that I could throw at people.
And she's gonna raise the remains of the High Evoker
I wonder what even
and call
can.
him Tertius.
Well, welcome back,
Hmm.
Tertius.
He's looking a little more brisk than he used to.
Fashionable.
The first order she gives him is put on the cloak of many fashions and make it look like the cloak to match Digitus's cloak because they go together.
Fair. Well, he does so.
I think nobody noticed he's taller now.
Is he taller?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're not the same height. The skeleton I had first and
You know what'd be funny?
this one.
He's actually a halfling. So he's just got a halfling skeleton now.
Hmm. No, he's slightly taller than he was.
Aw. Well, I'm pretty sure we got everything we needed here. So next up, did we determine what we're gonna do about the crown on Digitus? Because I still feel like
Yes,
It's-
research it.
I don't think breaking it's the answer. I think it's probably got their memories crammed away in there, and if you break it, they're just gonna into the air.
That's why we should research what it does before we either destroy it or put it on someone's head.
And we still have to go to the what was that building? 'Cause we gotta find the names of all of these people.
The museum.
That's the word. Thank you, Miss. Thank you. You've been. It's an oddly strange voice for you, Professor. Have you been drinking?
Sure, why not?
You just pour alcohol over the orb and then just absorb it through osmosis, or how does that work?
If you put the professor in like a cold place, can you use him as a stone to chill your drink?
It's a whiskey ice.
It's a whiskey stone.
That's perfect. I want to find out. He not likely agree to it, but I want to find out.
I've got some
I
fish
mean,
whiskey.
You
Oh
guys
God,
have a tavern.
no.
This could be a feature, a talking whiskey stone. I'm sure he
It's
would
like
be
the animated
delighted.
fish.
Well,
Ah.
you make your way down the tower again. Ogren, do me a perception check.
As you know, it's either the eye or the taller boy.
Oh yeah, the eye. I forgot about the eye.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah!
shit,
Okay.
I finally notices something.
Yeah.
Both the boy in the mask that went up there is taller now, and Cruson has a mechanical eye.
Rusev,
Yeah.
don't move.
Why? What? What?
There's something on your eye.
Poke it. Oh no, seems normal.
Oh, it's not normal.
What do you mean?
It's green. Are you ill again?
Am I?
No, I think he means you're Azat's eye.
Oh right. Wait, you only just noticed?
What do you mean only just noticed?
It's been like this for a while. See the crystal? Ting ting ting. One of the
Yeah,
other
I see
towers
it.
stole my eye.
What? Why does no one tell me these things?
Because we thought you had eyes and you could see.
You're very small.
Well, okay, yes, but no,
Good
but
point.
yes.
Also, did you just grow?
No,
Is he gonna be a giant too?
It's Tertius.
that's
Um,
Tertius even.
You've got Digitus.
You got Digitus, yeah.
Maybe.
He grew slightly. I think he fixed his back problem, so he's standing up straight now.
Sounds about right.
Right.
Well, so I'm assuming we can see the obelisk from here.
Yep, you sure can.
Anything weird about it from here? Like, is it surrounded by floating evil spooky pricks or something?
Nope,
No.
nothing like that.
So, does it just look like a random pillar?
Basically, yeah, from this distance.
I mean, I guess we should go have a look. I'd really rather wait till we have everything we need, in case we do something to it we shouldn't.
So maybe hit the museum.
I mean, for something that apparently caused the rift, it doesn't look like it's anything particularly special from here.
A lot of terrible things don't look it.
Perhaps.
I want to go to the obelisk. I want to go to
No,
the museum, but I want to go to the obelisk.
we should really check out the museum first. We need the names, and maybe there's information in there about the obelisk. I mean, apparently it was just a failsafe. But if it didn't work, what did it do?
We ever go into that our kind of place?
No.
Arcanum?
No.
Could that have stuff in it too? Maybe
Yes.
about the crown thingy too.
Maybe.
Potentially.
I mean, we could always check the library, see if Fauna knows something.
That's also an option.
Okay, so where are you going?
Say the museum? Since it's just down there. It does mean we have to worry about Avarice being Avarice. Or maybe we'll catch Avarice with her pants down. Who knows? She might be doing something stupid. Like pissing off a giant angry oral. Yeah, let's say museum for now.
I could also use a spell to ask a god about the crown something.
Oh,
You
right.
get any ideas?
I mean, I could do that tomorrow if I had the things, but I think I'm assuming you
Well,
mean
I have things.
yeah, I'm assuming you meant div div
Divination.
divination. That's the one. I mean, if you want, we could ask a lot of questions. Divination's really very open.
Yeah, we should just come up with a good question.
Hmm.
I mean, will Avarice accomplish what she's doing within the next, I don't know, say 3 days? Do we want to specify a timeline for when she's going to accomplish what she's doing? Because she's kind of, at the moment, the big pushing motion here. We need to do what we're doing before she finishes what she's doing, right? If she lets this Levistus loose. Do we want an exact timeline if we don't meddle in her business?
How would we get the timeline?
Divination will tell us. That's pretty much the specifics of how that spell works. You offer specific things towards either, in Rime's case, to the Forge God, or I would open it up to the spirits of nature, and through their divine foresight, they will tell us exactly what we want to know. Within reason.
Indeed.
It
So
does
they
get a
will
bit...
give you a vague answer. You can.
Oh, it gives a
then
very
say-
exact answer. The problem is how specific you make your question. If you give a vague question, it'll give a specific answer with vague details. And it's limited to within 7 moons, so you have to be a little exact on your details.
7 days.
Mm-hmm. It also... It's only really guaranteed the first time you test it. There is chance of ethereal befuddlement if you try and do it more than once a day.
Do we want to waste it on trying to figure out what Avarice is doing, or do we want to use that to help figure out where we need to go. or
Well,
what we need to do
we
next.
have enough details about where we need to go. It's just knowing the timeline of how long we have to do it.
The longer we stand here talking, the more time we're wasting.
I'd personally prefer to know how long we have. Because we don't know what Oral's up to either. She's either at the Mythala at the moment, waiting for anyone stupid enough to step on her turf, and she might just completely wipe Avarice off the face of the Earth. Planet? What is this planet called, God?
Is it Faerun or is that the continent?
That is the continent.
That is a continent.
Toril. Nope.
Oral.
Yep, planet Toril.
Oh.
That is it.
The canonical name of this planet is Oral.
Indeed.
No. We might need that
Okay.
information later.
Or
Okay.
from Toril.
Isn't the only way that they can get in is through the tower using this rite of whatever the fuck that we've been gathering?
As
Doesn't
far as
it
we
just
know,
seem like they're making us, yeah?
No.
she
Yes.
might have another way in.
Well, we don't know what, outside of it being a failsafe, we don't know what the obelisk is. It could be another. It could be a way in too.
Mm-hmm.
That is actually a good point from Ogren. They might be just using us.
They probably are. That's probably why we haven't heard anything.
Or are
from
they just waiting
Avarice,
till
is
we
they're
open
just
the
waiting
door
for us to do the thing.
and then we've got Avarice and Oral chasing our asses into the tower?
There is the thing, though. I don't think Avarice is under any impression we'd even manage to do it. So I feel like she has other machinations in place.
What's a machination?
I'm not sure.
Indeed.
She has other people doing things at the moment.
Machination. I'm assuming.
That's the word. Yeah, I feel like she has other people doing what we're doing. Or at least trying to research another way in.
Or
She
she's
might
waiting.
not even know about how to get in.
She's probably waiting for us to finish, because we're just the dumb idiots bumbling around. But
Also
we're getting
true. Well, one way or another, we have to get in. And if she does follow us, I know exactly where she's gonna go, one way or another.
Gonna find you.
Gonna get you. If we open the tower, she's going straight to the Mythala. The question is, do we want a chance that Aura will deal with her, or do we want to deal with her ourselves?
Or are
Maybe
we asking
at
too
a-
much?
We don't get angry about this, Lathan. I know this will make you particular mad. We could help Oral stop Avarice.
How about we leave
Yeah,
nothing up to chance and deal with both of them?
I feel like Avarice is the most likely to speed up our timeline, while if we give Oral reason to believe we're not going to hurt her machinations while we're dealing with the end of the world machinations, there is a chance that you people with good talking
Oral
might...
doesn't care.
Exactly. She doesn't care. Which means, if we give her a reason not to kill us, Why would she try?
Because she does it for fun.
She. From what we learned in her thing, it's all about being strong enough to survive under your own power. So,
Either way, we don't know what's going to happen. So how about we just focus on
feel
what
like
we can do for now?
I think one of the people who came to my oasis said, "The enemy
Okay,
of
okay,
my enemy is my friend."
Everyone, do me a perception check.
Okie dokie. Is Oral just sitting above us going, yes, you guys are stupid as fuck, aren't you?
Did he just cut out for everyone else, or am I missing people talking?
I think
I
that was
don't
just
know.
for you, so, weird.
How long has it been quiet for you?
It might be quiet for him now.
Ogren?
Oh, so
Oh
true.
no, he's
Oh, no.
dead.
Oh, he died. Oh, no.
We killed the shady.
Oh, he's gone
Still some time.
muted on Roll20. He's muted on Discord.
He is muted on Discord. But I think it might be, lagging out for him.
Yep.
Oh, no. One day I'll get a nat 20 on my perception.
I mean, what are the chances? 1 in 20?
Roughly. 5 in 100 even. Oh no, Shady. Don't tell me. Zeppo, if you actually manage to curse it so his computer lit on fire, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Well,
Why
that's...
are you blaming me?
Yeah, why are you
Wasn't it
blaming
you
him?
Didn't you say earlier that his computer would light on fire? Or was that Caleb? My memory's
was
terrible. Oh,
That was me.
never mind. You are forgiven in posthumously. What do you mean you're not dead?
Not
Well.
dead yet.
Mm.
Indeed.
So, hang on. I'm gonna quickly.
That's kind of technically correct.
Okay, he's disappeared
no,
from Discord
he's-
now.
Okay, he disappeared.
He
Okay.
just completely died.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Maybe he's restarting his computer. Maybe he had to
Or-
put out the fire. Oh wait, no, he had to feed the hamsters.
Maybe the computer decided to restart itself.
Also possibilities.
That is a possibility.
Surprise restart.
Screw you and your perception checks. I'm gonna restart.
Let's hope it doesn't decide to install updates as well.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
I did have that this week, so it's entirely possible.
I had mine today, so it should be fine.
There was
But that's
some
because I haven't
important
really
security
turned on my
updates
computer
last
in a week.
Or maybe
Oh.
installed Windows 11.
Oh god, hopefully he's not. I don't think he's gonna upgrade to Windows 11.
Can he?
No problem.
Or maybe his work attacked him for playing D&D instead of working. Those corporate bastards.
On Sunday.
I think Sunday's a day off for him.
Yeah.
I went to
I
a
work
board
on
game group
Sundays. What do
yesterday.
you mean?
I went to a board game group yesterday, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, no, and then I got there and immediately it's like, oh, my boss is here.
Oh.
Oh.
That's awkward.
But I'm fine with him.
But still, awkward.
Yeah, but
His dog was there, which was very cute as well.
Oh,
Okay, but that makes it
That's-
okay.
that makes it better. Ah, Shady, why did you have to suffer today? You were doing so well with your perception checks and everything. You saw why. He saw into the future. He saw too much.
He knows. He's saving us all.
He was granted Eldritch insight. And it consumed him. Apparently, knowing the name of the planet was a mistake.
Apparently, yeah.
No geographic knowledge at all.
Mm-hmm.
None. It's the only way to
Nope.
survive.
That explains America.
Oh, we have lots of
Wow.
geographic knowledge.
Yeah, you know, like,
there's just a lot.
No,
you know,
no.
50 states. Guess how many United States I know? I barely know mine.
There's 100 billion. It's the entire world, depending on who you listen
Yeah,
to.
I've had so many times I've encountered Americans, and it's just been like I mean, the classic one is always the great video of someone going and saying, "Should we attack the Middle East from the north or the south?" Or I think it's Iraq from the north or the south, and then just the number of people that went to Australia.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
yeah, no. Or like people not knowing where Ukraine is.
Well, that I can kind of get, but I mean, not now, but before.
No.
Yeah, I can kind of understand that.
Oh no, I saw one a few weeks ago, like last week.
Oh dear.
Oh yeah, no, there's people who still have no idea.
They pointed to Florida.
Yeah. Oh yeah. JD live?
Wait,
Did he?
he's back?
I heard a beep. I heard a
Oh,
Discord
yeah,
beep.
he's back.
Oh,
He's
Oh.
back, baby. Maybe.
Hello.
And shit about internet.
Okay.
So, your computer didn't catch on fire?
No,
No,
the internet.
it's just my internet.
Okay.
It's the bird.
Ogren, we
No,
are
the
missing
bird.
one of your perception checks, please.
Oh, right. Yes. I see everything. good.
Indeed you do.
You do.
Brusan, Ogren, Karis is gone.
Ah, fuck.
Is Fisto there?
Did we see Fisto running off in the distance?
Visto's still with you.
I know where she's gone.
Where's
Fucking-
Garros?
I look over at the obelisk. Is she running at it?
You don't see anything.
I look up. Is she flying?
She's not flying.
Can I hear anything? Is she like invisible?
God damn it, Karis. I know where you've gone. I start walking towards the obelisk, just mumbling and grumbling at myself.
Fisto, can you find Karos?
I don't think he's even going to follow us at this point. She didn't want to be found, but she doesn't realize I know where she's going. I go to the damn obelisk.
Okay. So you walk
We're going
towards
to the obelisk then.
the obelisk.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Damn it,
stick.
Karis.
I'm gonna stick with Fisto.
Just pick him up and take him with you.
I'm sticking
Follows
with Fisto.
Okay.
Visto goes with the group.
I thought Fisto followed the person with the amulet.
Visto goes where he's told.
Okay, if Fisto goes with the
Karis.
group, then I'll go with the group.
Oh, well. As pretty as
Oh,
this
there
map
she is.
is, I would like to see.
Yeah, but didn't.
Dang it, roll 20.
Funny.
No.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, there she is. She didn't go that far after all.
Well, you see a 60-foot tall obelisk of black stone, its surface covered in arcane runes. thin crack has formed on one side, stretching from the obelisk's base to its middle.
Where is she? I knew it.
Uh,
Kara's.
I don't have a good I don't have a good icon for this.
Oh no.
You don't really see her standing there, though. She's currently invisible.
Oh, okay.
However, from where you think you saw her standing, you see a figure step forth.
I.
Well, well, well.
Hello.
So they've built one then. Interesting, interesting.
What is this? We've only heard it was a fail-safe, but we didn't know what that meant.
Hmm. Well, this is very ancient magic. Vecna tried so hard to keep these from existing.
What is it supposed to do?
Once there was a time where these were all over, Toril. But then they were used, and its creators and them disappeared. But I see they've been recreated. But this one seems imperfect, damaged, flawed.
Broken.
Perhaps. Oh, my dear. You shouldn't be the one to activate this one. She's
Okay.
talking to the empty space next to her. There's no telling what might happen if someone from outside this reality were to be caught in its effect. Oh, and she pulls out a walking stick. You hear a bonk sound effect. Karis is now visible. And your permanent madness has faded.
Yeah,
Nice. She fixed you. Thank God.
part of me.
The important part.
So is it gone?
Yep.
Yay!
Will we ever know what it was? Perhapsn't.
Only
I can tell you.
if she tells you.
I don't. Would it be worth telling us? Would it ruin the surprise?
No, that was something
since
she picked up like in the caves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
when she touched the illithid head. Yeah.
Well, when I got the psychic damage from when I kept rolling poorly, when the big tentacly guy was in my head.
Oh, from that one.
Yep.
Oh.
It's like the third
I
time
had
she
the-
had permanent madness this campaign.
Permanent
Jesus Christ.
madness. Yeah. This was a permanent madness. It was a lucky charm. I had to pick something that was my lucky charm, and if I was further than 60 feet away from it, I had disadvantage on everything.
Well, that's not too bad, as long as it wasn't something you'd actively lose.
Every roll, every skill check, everything. And it was Fisto. I almost made it Ogren because I almost chose Chaos, but I went with Fisto.
You should have picked something you couldn't possibly lose, like your internal organs.
Well, that
Don't
would've
think
been-
that's how that works.
My
You're like
eyeball.
eating. Your eyeball still existed at that point. That was before you lost your eyeball.
Indeed.
That was before we even made it to the city. I've had this for a while.
True.
This was since the person went rooting around in your head, right?
Yep. This is when we were still in the caves.
Yeah.
People
That's
picking up weird
good.
effects in caves. How weird.
Oh, weird.
Indeed. Could do something like that.
We're still not entirely sure what was in that cave.
Nope.
Well, here's a solution to our problems. And if you go there, she points up at the spire, you will find the cause of our, well, misfortunes.
I presume you mean either the staff or our less preferred opponent. Perhaps?
The demi bitch.
The demi bitch.
I will explain once you see it.
Karis?
And she steps
Oh,
around
you-
Karis
Ooh, ooh.
and seems to be gone.
I just let out a heavy sigh and put my hand on her shoulder. Oh, you had me worried for a second there. I thought you were actually gonna go in.
Go in where? I just had
Karis.
to come here.
You know how good my ears are. I heard you and her talking at the hut. There's a reason I didn't want to come here. Not yet.
She just said I had to get caught.
And that scared me more than you know.
She didn't say get caught by whom.
Oh, but by what? And I just look up at this ungodly thing. Well,
We still don't know what this does.
Grandma seems to know. What did she call it?
She said I shouldn't touch it. I shouldn't activate it
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not from here.
No. This is a job that I'll have to do. Broken and all. So, just when the time comes, leave it in my hands, okay? This is something I have to do.
Something someone has to do.
Someone.
Well-
Come on. I don't think we'll find more answers here.
Not until
Not
we
yet.
activate it.
Let's leave that till we have the final piece, which is apparently more than what we thought. And in order to do that, we still need quite a few things. We need that staff. We need those names. And we need that fourth inscription. I don't suppose you could have asked Grandma what was in this.
In the
In the
obelisk?
crown.
Oh, no. I had other things I needed to do.
At least you're safe.
None
Don't
of us are safe.
safer. Don't scare me like that, okay?
No promises. I have things to do as well.
Come on. Let's see what this museum has to offer. It's alright, guys.
You walk away from the obelisk and towards the museum.
Unless I see someone else creeping towards the damn thing.
Well, do a perception check. Do you see someone creeping?
Do I see someone fucking creeping? Do I see someone creeping, Val?
I hope someone's creeping.
There's a tiny ice beetle walking about. Well, that's about it.
I walk over and pick it up.
It's a tiny, tiny ice beetle. Doesn't seem
Your
happy
name
to
is
be picked
Greg.
up.
I'm sorry, but you shouldn't touch it either. You're coming with us for now. I'll let you go somewhere not near this thing. Let's go.
Okay. Well,
Just
you
in case it's another druid being a shithead.
walk over
Poking
here.
like a druid.
We start walking.
This is about the
Ogren,
distance.
what are you doing?
I was just rolling for the sake of rolling.
Indeed. This is about the distance an ice beetle would travel in a year.
I just plonk him down at a nice patch of whatever looks like comfy something that an ice beetle would have any interest in.
Okay. And you keep walking.
We keep on walking.
These beetles.
Someone roll me a D100 just in case. Let's make that someone Cruson.
Oh, no, my colour's on it.
Nope, Carlos. Oh,
All over it. Oh no.
Maybe we should make Karusan do it anyway.
Do you want me to do it anyway? Listen,
We rolled-
I don't want to deal with Aura right now. That would be a preferred option.
We rolled 2 D100s. One is a 1, one was a
What was
2.
it too? This is
well,
It's going great.
Hmm.
well, you overcome
Hi,
with an incredible sense of dread.
Oh god. Never mind, it's fucking Ice Claw. She did turn up. Bye. See what's going on back to Summers.
Let's go with.
Well, it's not like I can exactly hide from her anymore, so...
fair.
So, Val, you know my favorite part about these maps?
Yes,
The fact you can't see anything.
Being able
It's-
to see.
it's dark, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah. If anyone wants to bargain with her, now's the time.
You all hear
The fans never met her.
scuttling footsteps.
From where?
Oh,
From
yeah,
north.
Where? Okay.
Over.
Something comes into
Um,
view,
Does
and
it
then
Does it?
something else. Wait, can you see that up there? Let me check
Nope.
your line of sight.
We can see about this far.
Oh, okay,
I
doesn't
can
see
up
it.
there.
Carla can see it, no one else can.
Okay. Carla, what's
So, Carla-
what's your feeling after seeing that?
It's one of those. It has
Oh, hey, I've got
scuttly
double
eye
sight.
worm
Or,
thing
never mind.
and
Oh!
It's what?
scuttly eye worm thing, I think.
I would.
And then a
That's
kind
not
of
the-
blue
Wait.
green
that-
skull.
Is
thing.
that what I think it is, Valinor?
It sure is.
Oh!
Fuck! Time to leave. I see that. We gotta go. We gotta go now. They let the dog loose. They let the dog loose. They let the dog loose. The towers
we
let
all-
the dog loose. We gotta go.
Do you want some spicy magical darkness?
I don't think that'll help, honestly, but you can do what you want. We're leaving. We gotta go. We gotta go now.
Wasn't Latan looking for skeletons?
They let the Demi bitch loose. We gotta go.
Okay,
And
you.
he's got friends.
As soon as you identify it, you turn tail and run.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Is
Well-
it, like, seeming threatening? Or what's it? Did it seem as if it was going to attack, or what? This is just me being curious now.
You saw it floating
part-
in a procession with Nautix. That's when Frusan freaked out and ran.
Part of me wants to... Yeah, no, we should leave.
Yeah, no, we should not mess about with the fucking guard dog of the tower, which is a psychopathic. Remember, this thing is animalistic in nature and probably just wants to kill.
Question. Did it have a stuff of power on it?
It was just a floating skull.
We need to
With
figure
a
out
bunch of
and get that tower.
Nothics around it.
Exactly, it's not got the
oh,
stuff
that
of
can
power.
be.
We want to get up there now while it's not in
Yes.
the tower.
So we gotta go to this museum now, find the answer now. Get up there now. We gotta go now.
Okay.
How fast can you guys
Carl,
run? Because we
yeah.
are now speeding.
Okay, do me athletics checks, everyone, if you want to speed
Uh,
up.
I can scoop up. I'm going to scoop up the slowest people and start running. Because I'm the fastest here, I
That's
think,
me.
naturally, right?
Yep, Ogren would be the fastest.
Oh, I am going into big
Yeah, you're going
bug
lizard.
mode, picking up whoever isn't. Well, actually, yeah. Lizards. Actually, which is faster, my lizard or my bird? 60 feet. My bird is faster.
Does someone want flight?
I pick
How
up
far
the
is
phone.
flight? How much is flight?
Isn't it 6?
60 feet.
50 feet.
Could I
Karis,
carry
you're
everyone?
running very slow. You're
Technically.
jogging.
We're, Karis and I.
I-
Karis is jogging out for afternoon.
I pick up someone. Carla, are you flying or do you walk?
Yeah, Carla will fly.
Okay, then I'd pick
Only
up the
5
phone.
foot- Her normal
say-
flight is only 5 foot faster, but she can
Oh.
just.
Yeah,
But she
Karis,
can. She can dash
Karis's
as a
flight
bonus
is the
action.
same.
So.
Yeah, you can
If
go pretty fast.
Okay.
if the fun, if you cost fly on me, how many people could I carry in theory?
How many pockets do you have?
Fair few.
He's a fisherman.
How many
fly
He's
of
got
them
only
a
last,
jacket in his pockets.
fly
Yeah,
last 10 minutes. Not perfect.
fly only last 10 minutes.
Oh,
Don't
we
worry
get
about it.
there in 10
I'll
minutes.
just carry as many people as I can, and I'm just dashing with my full movement.
Okay, so
That's-
you speedily make your way to the museum. Well, a palatial hexagonal building rises before you, crowned with a glittering domed roof. A double door on one side stands slightly ajar. I'm guessing you enter very, very quickly.
Hi, would you like to sign a petition? Get out of the way!
Excuse me, sir. Sir, we'd like
Sir?
a donation
Sir?
for admission.
Sir?
It's a donation, please.
Get
Please?
out of the way.
Oh,
Carla was
hello.
getting in through the roof because. Oh!
She's just
She
cannonballing.
assumes. No. She just assumes that's how you enter museums. She's only ever. Been
Oh
in
yeah,
one to
that
steal
makes
stuff.
sense. If you wanna enter from the roof, you can if you wish.
I mean, if we're all flying, we would have gone through.
I'm
Whatever's ways
not
easiest.
flying, so
Oh, I would
is there a
followed
door,
Carla.
or is there a way to make a door?
It's a double door and it's fairly large. You can squeeze in if you wish.
I feel like I probably was going quickly, so may have.
Ooh, the sun. Can you
broken it a
reanimate
little bit.
this?
Can I what?
Can you reanimate this?
Yeah, I don't think it's a humanoid, so no. Sad. I'd love to.
You make your way upstairs, Kala and Rusan.
Oh, Russo's sticking right near Carla.
Okay. It's gonna be a bit of a squeeze up those stairs, Ogren, but you can do it.
What the fuck is that?
From suspended from the ceiling of a spacious 50-foot square antechamber is the glittering frost-covered corpse of a 30-foot-long aberration shaped like a funnel, resembling an anemone. I can't pronounce
Anemone.
anemone.
Yeah.
Yeah. A tooth-filled
an
maw
anemone.
at the wider end is surrounded by rubber cilia, and around it dangle 4 limp, spindly appendages, each one ending in a clawed hand. At the opposing end of the body is a tail with a stinger. A frost-covered plaque is bolted to a pedestal nearby, and the entire display is framed by 4 stone pillars that are oddly frost-free.
Alright. I just
With the rabbit.
I do a once around of the room looking for anything that looks like a bunch of heads that say names, or just have random scribblings on it.
Yep, there's portraits hanging 20 feet above the ground. And there's
I
frost-covered plaques beneath each one.
I just, in high expediency, pick up Karis and just start flying her over towards them.
Karis grumbles about how she can fly, you really should ask first.
He's a bug. He makes bug noises.
Stinger right up your... And you just...
Well,
And just straight up to the portraits.
It's an arrangement, and it depicts a powerful mage standing on a balcony on the Enclave central spire, addressing a sea of Netherese citizens below, who stare up at the figure cheering. From what you can tell from the context clues, this must be a picture of Iralarthus at his height of power. And the 8 large portraits are looking up at him adoringly? Endearingly? Whatever that means.
Endearingly.
Indeed. Left to right you have High Abjurer Tareth, High Conjurer Damarith, High Diviner Apius, High Necromancer Cadavix, High Evoker Zadulus, High Illusionist Ajamar, High Enchanter Evira, and High Transmuter Metaltra. I can copy paste
Yeah,
that
that'd
in
be
for
great.
you. Here you go.
Great.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, I spelled many of those totally wrong. So let's start from. I'm not as fast at writing as I used to be, or ever. Also.
Lathan, from where you're standing, this plaque is in Draconic. How is your Draconic?
My Draconic is good.
Well, in that case you can read this.
I'd love to.
Adult Fearim, do not touch. Dwellers of the Underdark, Fearim are malevolent aberrations that are master spellcasters and highly resistant to magic. They use their telepathy to control the weak-minded. They strive to erase all other beings from existence and are known to have caused the collapse of the Zaruk Empire of Istosfil. They use their tail stingers to inject their eggs into alien hosts.
Sounds lovely.
Indeed.
Well, now we have an idea what was fapping about in that cave.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh god, that would have been particularly bad for you, Karis, as you are technically alien to this area.
Yup.
Hopefully no one else ran into it, like our dear friend, Mr. Medicine Man. Two, three, four, 1, 2. Wait, I missed one. Diviner.
You sent the
Necromancer.
medicine man out a different path after the drows, didn't you? He wouldn't have gone past that thing.
Was there a way past it?
Yeah, we sent him after the drows. They.
Oh yeah, they went out the other door, didn't they?
They went out a different exit, yeah.
Ah, I missed the evoker. Hi, evoker Zadalus.
Impossible.
Oh god. Oh god.
Well, you've learned the names and faces of all the high mages of the city.
Metaltra. Didn't we determine that she's actually alive and we could probably somehow resurrect her from her adamantium form?
I don't think we ever got confirmation that she's fine.
You learned that something went wrong, that she usually did that to avoid damage.
Never mind. Alright, we have names, we have faces. But I don't see anything that would tell us how the hell to deal with this stupid crown here.
Indeed.
Does anyone in this picture wear that crown? Or do I see a picture of the crown anywhere in here?
You do not.
Well, damn it.
Okay, but what about rabbit?
What about the what?
Rabbit.
The rabbit?
Yeah.
Rabbit.
Oh yeah, there's a
Oh,
rabbit.
it's a rabbit.
Well, it's a well-preserved rabbit in a glass orb.
Hmm.
I was hoping it's alive or something.
Is it a special rabbit?
Roll me a D100.
Ooh. Here comes the 3. Oh.
It's got a horn.
Oh my god. It's her. Okay, I can't do anything about that.
Indeed.
It concerns me that there were 2 other things that apparently were in jars that are no longer in jars.
Indeed.
Do these pillars that had the jars have plaques on what these things were?
You look around, but there's no plaques attached to these pillars.
That would have been too easy.
That would have been too easy. Are they on the floor? Did they just fall off?
Nope.
Hmm. Well, I don't want anything to do with blobby, suck your brain out and fill you with eggs. Do another quick once around the building, looking for anything that might be of interest / use.
Okay, okay.
Skeleton. Anything down here with weird scribblings on it?
No, not really, no.
Nope.
Statues and stuffs.
Statues and stonks. Well, we got the answers we need.
Names.
Now we just need to figure out what to do with this crown. Either we put it on someone, or we smash it.
Karis vote
Oh.
smash.
I would like to find more information before we do either of those things to it.
Well, there's only 2 places we're going to likely find the answers now, it seems. Either the library, if we're lucky,
Indeed.
or the Arcanum.
I'll try the Arcanum, we haven't been there.
We
No,
also have to stop by the
haven't.
forest, don't we?
Technically, we do. Unless... But we need a wand from there. The problem is... Unless the tree, just snapping a branch off of that tree gives us a wand. It's a, with
that
a
all a
from the
wand is?
network. You're talking to a bug, so the whole time I'm talking, but it's just a whole lot of bzz, 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 bzz.
So just like normal. Okay.
So like normal.
Basically, yeah.
Can open the talk to box.
Technically, yes.
Can
After 10
if I
minutes.
take 10 minutes concentrating, but yeah. That requires me to sit still and think for 10 minutes.
That's dangerous enough as it is.
Indeed.
May as well head to the Arcanum, it's closer. And then the library's right by the forest if we need it.
Okay.
Do a quick scan to the sky to see if either Oral or Avarice is faffing about up there.
You look up at the Skydock Spire and see nothing.
If fucking what's his face is faffing about, maybe she saw that as a time to move. It's not heading towards the arcane.
Okay, so heading over to the House of the Arcane.
Unless anyone
Yeah.
has a preference.
Please do.
Keep moving.
Okay. 8 tusk-like towers are embedded in the walls of this monumental building. Their spires arching over its shattered roof. Do you want to look through the ruins?
Oh. Last time we came here, we saw through the door and there were a bunch of magi doing shit.
Yeah, looking in, you can see 8 stained glass windows overlooking a ruined auditorium. Benches glistening with frost are arrayed in broken rows, facing a raised lectern. You can spy a bejeweled goblet resting on the lectern. Steam seems to be rising from it.
What are the odds, as a big ass wasp, I can just zip in, grab that, and go?
You could try it.
I don't really want to, because I don't know what those other magi could do, and considering Fardar could just nuke someone off the face of the earth, and there's a whole bloody building of them.
You're afraid of stained glass?
I'm afraid of the people that were in there last time we went past here and just saw them all faffing about.
Hmm.
Or have they left? Have they accomplished what they came there to do?
You don't see anyone.
And yes, I'm afraid of stained glass, because we're in a goddamn magical city where hell seems to be the only answer. Damn right I'm spooked by a bit of glass.
Anyone else observing
Well-
anything?
Oh no, never mind. I can't count. Look,
But we really can't see anyone in there? That's strange.
You cannot.
would I be able to fit in there?
Probably.
Do we see an
Building's
entrance?
fairly ruined.
Mm.
There are many gaping holes in its outer walls, so should be able to walk in there easily enough.
Well, maybe try to be quiet, but it seems to be empty.
You want me to?
Lathan and a Karis, do me Arcana checks, please.
Oh, this place is probably littered with magic traps, isn't it?
Jesus.
Oh god.
There's a one.
Wait,
Indeed.
Are you not asking Carla? Who has proficiency in Arcana and also traps?
Alright, Carla, do me an Arcana check. Okay, okay.
I'm proficient, but I get to use a feature I've had for ages and not used yet,
Oh,
which is I
We
can
roll on that one?
No, I can roll a psionic die.
oh, okay.
And that is not enough to help, I don't think.
Well, it's enough to help you identify what the stained glass depict.
Okay, so 11 is a success.
It is.
you make Karis
Cool.
re-roll?
I need to know because I don't expand it if I still fail.
Well,
Psionics are weird.
indeed. Well, the stained glass windows that are still intact depict mages casting spells. We have in order Blade Ward, Mage Hand, True Strike, Friends, Dancing Lights, Minor Illusion, Chill Touch, and Prestidigitation.
So, this is the Academy of really bad mages, since they put all the effort in putting True Strike on a window.
Possibly.
What's wrong with True Strike?
Oh, Ogren. Ogren. No, wait. I have to up the ante on this one. Shady.
It's nearly as bad as
Shady. So, can we have those again, Val?
We have
Or Britain, yeah?
Blade Ward, Mage Hand,
Okay.
True Strike, Friends, Dancing Lights, Minor Illusion, Chill Touch, and now I need to learn how to spell Prestidigitation. And there you have it.
Thank you. So, how many of you magey types know all those?
Nope.
There may be scrolls of them all over this place, to be honest, since this is an education center.
There's nothing left in the ruins except for that goblet up on that lectern.
Why do I get the feeling that drinking from that goblet will let you cast each of those? Or it'll kill you.
I can cast 2 of those. I can cover Mage Hand and Prestidigitation.
I can cast Chill Touch.
I have Minor Illusion, Mage Hand, and Chill Touch.
You'd be surprised to know that I can cast none of those. Why don't they have Druid
You
Craft
can
up there?
when-
This is
So
bullshit.
we're missing Blade Ward,
Friends, True Strike, Dancing
and
Lights.
Dancing Lights.
Are they perhaps each of one of the magic schools?
Yes, yes they are.
Could we go and, because there was that casting of Dancing Lights that was like eternal in one of the towers. Could we go and try and nick it? But I don't know.
You
could we
could
try and
probably
just-
go back to the evocation tower and try that.
Could we just try putting one of the orbs in a bag of holding or something?
Why don't we try and figure out if just casting each of these schools in a row at whatever the target is meant to be, whatever they're casting it at, and just see if that works.
So, Abjuration, Abjuration, Conjuration,
Divination.
It's all 8 schools.
Yeah. Just trying to find the order.
Let me
So we've got
just,
Blade Ward, which
since
is
you figured that
Abjuration.
out, let me just do that
there's a
for
thing
you.
for it. Ah, that makes life so much easier. Divination, Enchantment, Evocation, Illusion, Necromancy, and Transmutation. So, what are they casting it at in this?
They're not casting it at anything specific.
Just casting it?
Yep.
Okay. Buzz, buzz. Buzz, buzz.
Well, but we're already missing the first spell. So if the order is important, we can't even start it.
You mean you don't have any abjuration?
Well, I don't. Yeah, shield.
That's easy enough to
I'm
set
just
off.
working out which schools I can cover.
That's
Probably.
Dispel magic is abjuration. I could just do that.
Well, shield is lower level. I just do shield.
Someone has to slap you and set off shield. Wait, do I have?
I don't think
what is
I
Druid
need.
Craft?
I don't need to be hit to cast shield.
I mean, once we find what requires you to cast the spells, maybe the goblet absorbs the energy from spells you cast, and then
Okay.
does something.
So I can cover Conjuration, Evocation.
I mean, evocation would be the easiest for all of us.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of evocation.
I've written
I've
L,
got-
which isn't any of them. I don't know what.
What?
Oh. I've written L, and I'm like, I don't know what school that was meant to be.
Oh no.
Illusion.
Illusion.
I have a
Ah.
good amount of transmutation as well.
I got necromancy covered.
Hmm.
I have all of them covered.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
do have a
This is
couple
why you
extra
bring a
wishes.
wizard.
The wizard has logged on.
Yep. I think transmutation is the only one I don't have.
Enlarge and reduces transmutation.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
you work out
abjuration is
what-
also armor
Oh,
of
no.
mage
I
armor, so I can.
I do. I have
cast-
dark vision. That's transmutation.
Interesting.
Do we want to work out what we can cover with cantrips and then try and do this in the most spell slot efficient way?
Yeah, I can do transmutation on a cantrip and divination.
I have transmutation on cantrips because Druidcraft. I have
Well, let's
transmutation.
go the order. Does anyone have an abjuration cantrip?
No.
Nay.
Oh.
Okay, I have first level abjuration. I can cast either mage armor or shield. It's both abjuration. So I do abjuration. Mage hand.
I
I
have.
think
I've
Yeah.
got conjuration.
Yeah, I've got
I
conjuration.
also have mage hand, so we've got that covered on multiple accounts. Divination.
I do. I have a
I have guidance.
cantrip. I have prophetic dreams that divination, but
Wait, doesn't that have a consequence if you do that?
it does.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's,
I have
let's
guidance.
go.
I can just do that.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go with guidance.
Does anyone have an enchantment?
No. I think the only enchantment I even have access to right now is Hold Person.
Yeah, I've got a whole person.
I have level 2 enchantment.
Same. Does anyone have level 1 or better for enchantment?
Well, it's cheaper for me to cast the enchantment.
I mean,
True.
fair,
I'll
yeah,
get
because
it
you
one.
got
I don't
short
have it
rest.
today.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do enchantment. Evocation.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yep.
Illusion. I got mine illusion.
Okay.
Necromancy.
Yeah,
I got that
gotcha.
covered.
And
And
I
Uh,
got
transmutation. Yeah. Alright, we're good. That was easy. Now, do we have to cast it just in the building, or do we have to cast it at the goblet, which I feel like is the target?
Just a thought. What about rituals? I could do divination.
I've got divination cantrip.
Oh, fair enough. You've got it. Never mind.
Oh,
Sorry, that was a big like.
No.
Yes. No. It's just gonna take too long.
That's
It
fair.
was a like. Here's some coloring pencils. So great.
It was just like I was like, wait a minute. I've got 2 spells. They're both divination, both rituals. Never mind.
oof.
Fine.
No evocation for you anymore.
Bastard. Took my finger.
Well, what are you doing?
I want to check to see if there's any, like, anything actually in there before we go in.
Where in?
The building.
The insides are fairly ruined, except for the auditorium that you're in.
We walked in. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
What happened to all the magi that were here, though? Where'd they go?
Into the goblet.
Oh. That's a possibility.
Is there a map for this, or are we just meant to be on the main map?
We're just meant to be on this map. It's
Okay,
fine.
gotcha. Making sure I'm not being dumb and not seeing something.
You're fine,
Alright,
Ogren.
I do a quick check of the area around the goblet. Anything out of ordinary?
There's dust, there's debris, there's frost.
If there's dust, is there signs of where the magi were and where they went?
There is no sign whatsoever of them.
Alright, I go and look at the goblet.
Okay, there's 8 gems on it. And there is a
Yeah, no,
clear
we're
liquid
good.
inside. Which
Okay,
gives
yeah,
off
cast all the
steam.
spells at it. Okay, yeah. I will become Rite.
Okay.
I'm reasonably convinced, after everything we just talked about. I'm surprised the buzzing didn't get annoying, to be honest. I tend to forget that I'm a wasp. It's surprisingly comfortable. I'm getting off track. 8 gems, 8 schools. Probably just have to cast all of them at this. And I'm assuming either something will happen, or when we do, one of us has to drink it. The problem is, who wants to risk it? I will volunteer
I've
if no
not
one else
eaten
will.
anything in a few hours. Like, you
It's true,
guys
we
should
do have-
start to be
we-
worried.
We do have a hangry halfling.
Is Carla gonna take a
So-
sip?
Wait till after we cast the spells.
She will wait until after you cast the spells,
Okay.
but she will not take a sip.
Oh, she'll take a
She
swallow.
does not do sips. Yes.
Fair enough.
Neat.
I mean, if a sip is good, share it around, okay? Okay.
Oh.
Carla, look at me. You're sharing around, right?
Arlo winks, making a pact with Ogren to only keep it between the two of them. Not Ogren.
Ogren!
Ogren.
Weeks
Yeah,
at Ogren.
there is over.
Winks.
Yeah, no,
Ogren.
she winks at Ogren. It's gonna be her and Ogren having it and no one else.
Okay. Right, so. Who's going first and doing what?
Alvan's gonna
Abjuration, go.
start and cast mage armor on it.
Okay. One of the gems flashes briefly.
Oh, do we have to do it simultaneously?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not enough
fuck.
people.
No.
There's not enough people.
Carl will cast Mage Hand.
Okay, one of the
Oh, no.
gems flashes briefly.
The nation.
Divination?
Yeah, if this isn't the mind, we're allowed to communicate.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cast guidance.
Okay. One of the gems flashes briefly.
I like that they're not staying lit. Something feels off.
Carla casts Hold Person.
Okay, on what?
Oh, there's a problem
On
with that, isn't there?
Frostmaiden.
Okay, one of the gems flashes briefly.
Make me a save.
You can't believe you've done this. What is it, wisdom?
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're fine.
I think he's fine.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion.
Okay, one of the gems flashes briefly.
Cast chill touch.
Yep, one of the gems flashes briefly.
I'll cast Prestidigitation.
Okay. Guess what? One of the gems flashes briefly.
I
Ooh,
don't
what
trust it.
time?
Something seems off.
It's a steaming cup in the middle of an empty place. Of course it's off.
Did the flashing was different when we cast something with a spell slot,
Nope.
compared to when we cast cantrips? Okay, it was the. Okay. So it didn't
You know,
stay a little bit longer if it was a higher spell.
But it was a different gem each time.
Yeah.
You know,
Is this
you know
why
what'd be
you
funny?
gave us bonus cantrips right at the start of the campaign?
This would be funny if I'm right. What if it's already active?
I mean, it's possible.
What if we literally did nothing? Is it still steaming or is it
It
changed?
sure is.
No? Who wants to go take a swig?
Oh, damn
I'll
it.
go take a swig.
Okay, roll me a d8.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Oh dear, Carla.
So that's just I get an abjuration thing. Or whatever school that corresponds.
Uh-oh. Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Ooh.
At will?
Indeed.
For how long?
That's nice.
That's for
That-
you to
if
find
that's
out.
Permanent.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
can cast a cantrip at will, but I got the
That's
Um,
It's a good
Well-
cantrip, at least.
that's a really good cantrip.
So the list is the reward, not the cost. And I think we
Oh.
Give
just
me
wasted
true
it.
strength.
I think we just wasted it.
I mean,
The cup is
So I
still
guess it-
full.
oh.
Also,
I
it
guess
tasted like hot water.
I guess I'll take the second swig and see what happens.
Okay, roll me a d8.
Watch me get True Strike.
Nope,
Oh,
you
never
get-
mind. I apparently got
you get
shot.
Blade Ward.
All right, Karis is gonna go take a swig.
Okay,
Yep.
roll me a d8.
If everyone rolls once, this would be great.
All right, let's see what's next.
Mage Hand.
It's-
Well, this is gonna be extremely useful for you.
Actually,
You've got a mage hand.
Well,
I got a mage
Lathan
hand
is
now.
gonna take a sip.
Okay.
Oh my god. The
Roll me
best
a
one will
D8.
be, what is Ogren getting? If there's enough in there for Ogren, what does he get?
This is very useful.
Oh wow.
I mean,
for
it's one I
Lathan,
don't
that is-
have, so
Oh, you don't have it? Nice.
I don't have it.
I don't
Hey.
have mage hand, so this is actually pretty good.
This is so
I did
far so
have Blade
good.
Ward.
I have to add Blade Ward to my cantrips, don't I? Oh boy.
Anyone else taking a
it's not
drink?
There's a way to choose
Apparently
that
not.
off the compendium, isn't there?
Sure.
It's not in the compendium.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh,
guess
wow.
you're getting a blade board.
So many blade wards.
It's not the compendium. Fuck, we have to put it
Oh,
in manually.
interesting. Ogren
Ogren
finally
can
has a
do it.
spell again.
Yay!
It's chill touch. Oh my god,
Yes.
yes, chill touch.
He has chill
Alright.
touch.
Option.
What's the spellcasting stat for it?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
what is
yeah.
the spellcasting slot? Because you
Two
can't
sets
use it while
intelligence.
raging.
Charisma or int? You pick.
Oh no.
Charisma
What's-
or int? I can't use wisdom?
No.
Nope.
Oh,
Wisdom is not a cast. Well, it is for me.
And me.
Yeah, but it's not an arcane casting.
Mm.
It.
Oh no.
It's going to be using charisma, so that's a -1.
It's not bad. Could be worse.
Hey,
Could be
hey,
worse.
you're proficient in it though, so you do get plus.
Your proficiency bonus. But does he classify as being proficient in it?
Yes, you're proficient in all spells you can cast.
Also, interestingly enough, Ogren got a nice full drink out of a tiny little goblet.
Hmm.
Oh, nice. Is it empty or is it still going?
It's still got water in it.
We just continue to. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
Carla's gonna summon Red.
Okay, is Red gonna take a drink?
Red's gonna take a drink.
Okay, roll a
He
d8.
explodes.
6, eh? You can now cast Minor Illusion.
Ooh.
That feels good.
You know what's gonna happen next, right?
Are you gonna summon the pasta party?
I don't think it works because they're not technically a permanent existence thing. They're just spirits. And I randomly
fine,
pick them
okay.
from the void. Yeah. But can you make Red drink again and see what happens?
Does it scale automatically with the upcasting?
But to be fair, he can't be poisoned, but
Can he gain? If this thing is infinite, can we just get all of these cantrips? Or is it just going to try and kill us?
Yeah, on brand.
Indeed. Indeed, yep, you've set it up correctly. Is Red gonna take a second drink?
no, he's happy with it.
Okay. Well then.
I have a feeling that my boys would benefit from this, or that they could even drink.
Hmm.
Well, one boy, one is still stunned and incapacitated
could-
and
Try pouring some down his gob and find out.
I mean, the other
Yeah,
one was
no.
literally a wizard. So
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, but no. I know that they don't last. They are not people.
Wow. Way to talk about
Neither
your
was-
friends like that.
Neither is red. And it worked on him.
Yeah, but he's
But he
alive.
lived longer than 24 hours.
Does he though?
that's what you think.
I don't know.
Just try
No,
it.
they're
What's the worst
good.
that could happen? They don't gain anything?
I already lost a skeleton today. I'm not gonna lose two.
But just think of it. What if they gain a spell?
Is their intelligence or charisma modifier any good? Because they have enough trouble hitting things with.
No, it would be a -2 or a -3. Or on Digitus a -4 or a -3.
Well, Blade World is.
So no,
A
they would not
cantrip.
really.
Yeah, but
Benefit.
even as a cantrip, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's
Um,
free,
there
so I'll
are-
take it.
There's a few instances where it's slightly better than taking it. But basically, if you get it for free, great. Otherwise, don't bother taking it.
Indeed.
Yeah. Cool. We learned
But-
nothing about what we wanted to while we were here.
Yeah, no information about the crown.
Indeed.
There.
Great.
On to the library. See if Farnar has an answer.
Do you take the goblet with you?
I think that's a bad idea. But if I
Ooh,
don't personally feel like it's a bad idea.
I know who likes magic and water.
Oh, do you think she wants to try?
I mean, I don't think she'd gain anything. I'm pretty sure she would be able to
It's a
produce
pretty
similar
goblet.
magical effects without the. But it's a pretty goblet.
Mm.
Do you yoink it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll roll yoink it.
Roll initiative.
No, the goblet has been yoinked. What else are you doing?
Oh, okay, that was easy.
She will, and she will disappear into the lamp.
Okay.
Are we doing a save for this or not?
We can if you want to.
No, she will give the goblet to Galinda.
Indeed. Pay tribute. With a nice warm cup of water.
Or she might be really offended that I bought her something when the water was being tortured.
It's a glass of hot leaf water.
She
You don't remember
gratefully
her being
accepts
confused by the
the goblet.
Okay. Yeah, so it's magic. It's pretty. She likes it.
Indeed.
Cool.
Neat.
And then Kyle will pop back out.
Don't you have something else in there that we wanted to check out? Like a book or something? I feel like you just yoinked a book, shoved it in there, and then we never talked about it again.
Oh, yeah, the growing book.
There is a book in there, but the only book I can think of that I put in there
It was whatever we found in the library, wasn't it?
Yeah, by Dr. Mr. Smith.
What?
It was
Yeah.
a joke.
Indeed.
No, I mean the book that we found in that back room.
Oh,
The
the
one
book
that was all
oh,
glowing
yeah,
and full of
that book.
abjuration. Yeah.
Yeah, I do still. Okay, I'll grab that on the way out.
Indeed.
I can't remember what it is. I haven't got it written down. I do not.
It'll be funny, that book has exactly the answer we need.
Oh,
It
I could
is.
have used my. I had a Dark Shard amulet. I could have cast one more cantrip. Oh well.
Oh well. Well, it's a handwritten book. in a language you don't understand.
Okay. What do?
Maybe Karis can read it.
I mean, if that's the same book that we found, that's the book we found in the library before, right?
Yeah, but no one's read it yet.
I was asking Carla.
Oh, right, sorry.
That's alright. That's the book we
Carla is
found in
muted.
the library, right? Because if that's the same one, I'm reasonably sure the detect magic that was going said it was coated in abjuration. So maybe be careful before trying to actually read it. In case it's got some sort of protective ward or something on it.
Okay, Carlo just hands it to Rusan and takes several steps back.
Why'd you give it to me? I can't. Oh, right. Under the presumption that this has some sort of magical ward on it, I'm just gonna quickly slap it with one of these.
Okay, you've slapped it with one of those.
Well done, you've made it into a mundane book and got rid of what might have made it useful.
Well, my job here is done. Karis? Any thoughts? I'm pretty sure you're probably the only one who can read it.
Yeah, I guess I try to read it.
Okay, you crack it open and find it's a journal written by one Thufeus.
Face.
It starts by detailing his life in the enclave of Ythrin in the sky. Of the search for relics of Ostoria in the north, a bygone empire of magic-wielding giants that waged war against the dragons 40,000 years ago.
Jesus.
A nebulous mention of them finding something deep in the sea in the year minus 343 DR, the year of chilled marrow. And then the events of the fall. A large flash of power from the spire, and then the city began to fall, crashing into the ice below. It describes the experiences of a mage left behind, finding magic no longer works for them. The city under the ice, starvation, civil war basically. The doomed attempt to escape over the landway. And the final line reads, Uriolf Larthas is convinced that aid will come in time from Netheril. I am not so sure.
The age will come for Israel.
Aid will come in time from Netheril. I am not so sure.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, that didn't tell us jack shit.
Did not. You learned about
It
the
did
fall
tell
of
us.
Ythrin.
Yeah. Why did they have so much magic over it? Unless I did accidentally void whatever spell was over it. You know what? Just out of my own curiosity, I gotta know. I gotta know. Bloop.
Don't detect any magic from it.
Oh, fuck. If it was magic, it ain't anymore, so there probably was some sort of protective ward over it. Unless it was the room it was in. Well, shall we head to the library, since that seems to be our last available option?
I guess so.
The only other place we can go is up in that dang tower, and we can't get in there without the last damn thing that's in this crown.
Yeah, you walk over to the library and walk back into the library. Fana is still at his desk, writing. Still. But instead of one ledger, there's now 4 of them.
Oh god. The poor boy.
Jab.
I walk up to Fana.
Okay.
Where's Professor?
Yeah, yes?
Professor? I'd
you-
like you to translate, if you can, please.
Very well.
Excuse us. We're looking for a book.
Yes. The professor translates that.
Does Fana respond?
He has stopped writing.
We are looking for any potential information regarding this crown that we found that was upon the head of High Enchanter Ayura. Do you have any of this information available? Please. God, I hope this works.
He gets up, goes over to one of the library shelves,
Holy shit, it worked.
passes his hand over one of the sides of it. All the books in the shelf disappear. A different set of books appears. And he does it again. And he does it once more.
Oh my god.
Magical collapsible shelving. It's great.
And he pulls out a massive tome about a meter in width, taking about half the shelf space on one of the shelves.
What?
Slams it on the floor, opens it about halfway, and a piece of parchment appears, copies the page, he closes it, and, like, wrangles it back onto the shelf before passing his hand above the side of the bookshelf once more, returning it to its original position. And he hands you that piece of paper.
Thank you very much.
He sits back down and starts writing again.
Just look at the piece of paper and just turn to Karis. Can I just say, that Scrip and Scry fella is an absolute heckin' idiot. You could probably have just asked Farnar where the books were.
It's assuming he probably couldn't talk to him. Well, I mean, and for a while,
Oh.
Farnar wasn't here.
I mean, Farnar was here when we got here. He didn't make a connection.
Or he couldn't.
I just creep up right up to Karis. Do you think we could still use those books that he was looking for? The ones with all the names?
Well, we have the names now.
No, I mean, the names of all those Yugoslov people.
That's not a great idea.
Maybe we could trade it for something. You know, with Grandma.
Let's just worry about what we've got now.
Okay. And I just handed the piece of paper. Apparently, whatever information about that crown is written on this piece of paper.
Karis starts reading.
Excerpt from the Index of Malicious, Sentient, Magical Items, Volume 12, page 4312. The Cursed Crown. It describes the effect of it siphoning the memories of its wearer to nourish itself, starting with the earliest memories, while the wearer is fully aware of this effect happening while being unable to stop it. Can only be removed from the head if the wearer is close to death or in an anti-magic field.
Oh, we know where
Okay.
one of those are.
Extremely difficult to destroy by most means. Destruction of it should flood the area around it in the absorbed memories.
Which means if we destroy it, we'll find out what we need.
We get the
more than
memories,
likely. Yep.
Well,
and
It's what
we
she
know
said. It's what
where
she
we
said.
can destroy it.
Yep.
we
Yeah.
know two things that happen to be in the same tower: an anti-magic field to get it off of him, and an anvil to destroy it.
Yep.
The problem is the ingredients to destroy it anymore.
What do we need for
We
that?
didn't waste all of the sapphires, did we?
Oh, the sapphires.
It took 2 sapphires to destroy the charm. We only have the one left.
Get 2 sapphires?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any other jewels?
We need
Or was
another
it burning left?
sapphire.
I don't have one.
I've only got the one. Unless someone... Carla?
She's only got Peridot.
No. I
Oh,
feel
I've got-
like...
Oh no, I have a jacket with gemstones.
Okay. Yeah, you do have a jacket of gemstones. Might be a sapphire somewhere there.
Unspecified gemstones.
I mean, there is one more alternative. It would probably involve asking her a favor. But would Galinda, perhaps in her collection, have a sapphire that would be appropriate?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Because I do have, and I pull out the flower that I had Ranmir guild for me. If worst comes to worst, perhaps a trade of gift? It's... Unless anyone else has a sufficient sapphire they think would work.
I don't have one.
One.
Well, do you want to try see? Do you really want to ruin that outfit though?
Well, it's just an outfit. I think this is a bit more important.
We do have other capes.
We do, but it's. I'll leave the choice for you, Carla. Either we tear some gemstones free of the cape, or we see if Galinda's willing to trade for a sapphire. I mean, I have these treaties of altered planes. They're plenty worth money, but I feel like she'd prefer something visually appealing over this. Just a hunch.
I mean, should we just wait and see what happens when you try and smash it with the one sapphire dart we've got?
I mean,
Full
that's
widow, it could
possible.
break it, and then we're worrying over nothing.
Yeah.
There's just the one problem. We have to put it in an anti-magic field to get it off.
In the
Then we
same
have to-
tower.
Yes, but once we do, we have to get it to the anvil.
Indeed, you've
Mage
identified
hand.
the problem.
Oh yeah.
If soon as you touch it, you put it on. So either we have to have a way to... Wait, I have an idea. We throw it
I can
out
done-
of the anti-magic field up the stairs, and then someone mage hands it up, see if that works, or does you think mage handing it will put it on your head?
If somebody has staff,
I mean,
sword, you could just, once it gets off, it's removed from the head.
I
I
mean,
You
feel
could just carry it up there on a.
couldn't we just
staff or-
dispel it like we dispelled it on
She was
Lady?
close to death, that's why it came off.
Right.
I'm
Isn't
just gonna.
Digitus basically close to death at this point? He's kind of
I mean, he
all
is
limp.
basically dead.
What do
Has
you mean he's
anyone
basically
watched-
dead? He's still alive.
We
He will
asked him
be
to take it
fine.
off, and he wouldn't take it off.
He's unable to take it off.
However, if you dispel it like you did for other lady,
Again, she was close to
He
death.
can
that's-
just walk into the. We can just shove him into the anti-magic field, and it will come off.
Mhm.
Has anyone seen Taskmaster?
I mean, the game show? Yes.
Yes. Have you seen the episode where the guy they have to throw a tea bag as far as possible into a mug? And what he does is he builds the big like surround with a sheet of plastic so that he can like effectively throw it further, but it'll like go to the right place.
again, can we? I'm not sure if we didn't we try and pick it up before, and it didn't, and it was like super heavy with mage hand and stuff.
No,
Yeah.
we couldn't. We
Mm.
tried to
Oh,
get it off
that's
her hand
right.
with mage hand.
No, when we tried to
Oh.
pick it up with anything but hands, it would not be. You couldn't pick it up.
Because
But which
Pester
is
Party
great,
tried to
but
pick
it's
it up.
only-
That's why we had him pick it up with in the first place, because nothing else could pick it up with magic.
I mean, again,
Don't you-
haven't Lafan,
Uh,
if just throwing it out there, couldn't we?
I mean, we can
kill
carry him through the
Digitus,
magic
and then he can
field.
pick him up again.
We can
'cause you've
just
done that
carry him
before.
through the anti-magic field.
And put his
Could
head
we-
on the anvil.
Could we cut Digitus's hand off?
Why? We could just put his
Oh,
head on
the-
the
the-
anvil.
So that we could use his hand to. So we don't have to
I-
kill him. So we then.
No,
we can use his hand as like.
You
a...
already killed Tertius today. We can kill Digitus as well.
You can just resign to it at this point.
Well, where to next then?
Abjuration Tower.
Yeah, to the tower. I
The
mean, we can just
Arboretum is
carry
right
him through
there.
the field. Oh, wait, we pick up wood on the way.
Oh right.
Well,
No, it has to be specifically a wand from the Nether Oak, which I'm
Yeah,
pretty
that
sure is
would-
the
A wand
name of the
Carved
angry
from the
treant.
Nether Oak, yes.
I
Let's
don't
go
think
make some
I'm.
matchsticks then.
Wait,
I
was
don't
it- was-
think I have enough spell slots to go in there.
Yeah, no. Was the Nether Oak the name of the tree that was walking around, or was that just the name of the oak that was in there?
Good question.
Hang on. Nether Oak, corrupt tree. Yeah, the corrupt Nether Oak was a treant.
I wouldn't. I would take a rest before we go in there.
Oh yeah. And
The
since we're
Abjuration
taking a
Tower
rest,
we
does-
can do now, but
let me just check something. Do you have divination available today?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Let me just check something. Does it consume or does it just need? Sacrificial offering worth. It is consumed. Okay.
Normally the case with offering.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, how much offering value do you currently have and are willing to parcel off if need be?
Well, I have a sword, which is worth 100 gold, but I think it's gonna use the whole thing.
Ah, so you have one shot.
Yeah.
Then we have to be very specific.
I mean, we can do the abjuration tower before we take a rest. That shouldn't require many spells.
Mm-hmm.
I could probably
Still-
sacrifice my shield as well, but I'd rather not.
Yeah, no. Let's at least determine exactly what we want to ask before we sacrifice, because we only got the one shot.
Indeed. Do you want to go to the tower meanwhile?
Yeah,
mean,
let's
it's
head
not-
to the tower.
it's not
'Cause
far.
It's right there. It's right there. We might as well.
As you pass by this part of the spire, you got repelled by an invisible force field, but you were expecting that. And you arrive back at the tower. Do you want to do the map, or do we just do it like this?
I say this is good enough, unless you want to have us move about. So I feel like we're going to do just a lot of jibber jabber about how we're trying to solve this riddle.
Indeed, that's fair. Well,
So,
you arrive back at the anti-magic field, with the stairs up beyond.
Well, Theseus is gonna stay out of the field.
I guess I'm going to pick up Digitus and walk him through the anti-magic, see if he goes limp.
He absolutely does. At
He's
the
already
crown
limp.
wobbles and falls from his head.
Ah, shit. Wait.
Hold him
Does
upright.
he... Yeah, I put him on the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and I use his hand to scoop it up and hang it off his wrist.
Okay.
And then I push him out of the anti-magic field up the stairs.
Yep, he remains limp. I mean, limp.
So I can carry him without putting on the crown? If it's
Yes.
hanging off his wrist?
Yes.
Excellent! I can just carry him up and just maneuver his arm to put the crown on the anvil.
Okay. You've placed the
Step one
crown
done.
on the anvil.
Right. Did I
Hammer's
have
right
to
there.
put the sapphire on the crown or just on the... Ramo? Ramo,
What?
did we put the sapphire on or just on the anvil?
I think we put it on the thing. And then hit it.
In that case, Lathon, can you get
Yeah?
a mage hand to hold it on top of the crown?
Yes.
That'll work.
Actually, wasn't there a hole on or something on the anvil for the sapphire?
Was there? I do a quick look over. Was there a hole? Is there a place to
Hmm,
put sapphires in?
sure, why not? Let's do that.
Okay. How many holes?
1.
Okay, I put the sapphire in the hole. Are you, Romeo? Oh, wait, hang on. Before you whack it, it says it explodes with memories. I feel like that's going to be extremely bad if we have all of her memories, plus all of Tertius's memories, plus whoever else had it before them. This might be extremely bad for your brain.
Yeah, the carriage, maybe you don't want to be up here.
I think a lot of us don't want to be up here. It's just going to be Ramir and maybe
I'm gonna
someone else.
I'm
gonna
gonna
stay?
stay with Digitus.
I could just take Digitus back downstairs. He doesn't have it anymore. You can try and fix him if you want while we're out. Oh, Ramir, who do you want to stay with you, or do you want to try this on your own in case it goes really bad?
Why did no one ask if I want to do it?
I mean, if you don't want to do it, then we can
I'm
have
just gonna
someone
leave
else
you
do
here.
it.
Carla does psychic stuff. She can stay.
Well, Ramir, do you want to do it with Carla, or do you want to opt out?
Well, who's staying?
Carla.
Only Carl?
I mean, if it does go really bad, do we want a lot of people here? Or is it one of those situations with the more people here, the more it gets spread out, so it won't be as bad? Garrus, did it specify what would happen if you break it?
Just that the memories would be released.
I'm just gonna hit it while they're talking.
Okay. Who's up there?
All of us, I think.
Yeah.
Except me, I'm down with Digitus. No, other one.
Oh.
Fuck.
Tertius.
Tertius. And Fisto.
Oh.
Yep.
Visto's holding all my magical stuff. Like a
How
man
much psychic
waiting
damage do we take, Val?
like a man waiting outside of dressing room holding the purse.
It wasn't the slimes that got us. It was a goddamn impatient dwarf.
Okay, okay. Let's see here. You're assailed by random bits of knowledge. Like that the group of the 8 arcanists that governed the city were called the Wizards of the Ebon Star. Or that, let's see here, that every wizard was obligated to carve their own wand from the nether oak. Or
Do
that...
we gain the knowledge of how to do that?
I mean, I would presume that's just a stick that you sharpen a little bit, if you want to take the basics of a wand. You also learned that some of Ythrin's mages could extend their life indefinitely by preserving their brains inside jars.
Futurama?
Okay.
Oh
And
no.
that some of them imbued certain spells with their own life force, turning them into their own living entities. And
dear.
that something called an abracadabras? Abracadabras? Is a magic box that can create food and drink, among other things.
And it was stored in?
That you do not get that information. However, you
Damn
get oh yeah, Karis is here, isn't she? So fourth, coax a secret from another.
Oh.
Fourth.
There you go.
Coax. A secret.
So that's
Ooh.
2 secrets needed.
Indeed.
Mhm.
So we have a list. Shield thy heart with a wand from the nether oak. Summon a flame in the palm of your hand. A burnt palm loosens the tongue. Shed a secret for all to hear. And then coax a secret from another. Quench the flame in thy palm with ice. Hide thyself behind a mask. Trace a circle with the ashes of the dead. Stand firm in thy circle of death and consume poison. So, technically, we currently have the ashes of the dead thanks to the surprisingly apt sacrifice of our dear friend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, could have bottled some of the great high enchanter.
Nah. We're gonna use the friend. It's not the same if we use a random. Now, we just need a nether oak wand.
And some
Ice should be
poison!
easy, and
That's
some
poison.
poison. I think poison.
Does fish whiskey qualify as poison? I wonder.
Yeah, I was literally about to ask. He's literally in fucking Ogren's pocket because he has that goddamn fish in a tin. That stuff is probably
Yeah,
lethal.
alcohol is technically a
I
poison.
do have a weird ass gourd with some liquid in it that I still never identified. That could be poison. What the hell is
Oh
it?
god.
Yeah, the gourd with the screaming child's face on it.
Oh god, that I'm pretty sure that's not just poison. That'll just straight up suck your soul out and kill you. Oh no.
Never did identify that one.
Well, this yeti meat that's been sitting in my pocket. Is that?
That's probably poison. at
That's
this point.
Has that rotted to
poisonous. Yes.
Okay, that'll work.
That was weeks ago.
Oh, that was longer than weeks. Let's be honest.
Only weeks, yeah.
Yeah, that's been rancid a while.
Yeah,
You,
it's
you don't have Yeti meat. You have Yeti goo.
food poisoning will suffice for this. It won't kill us, but God will make us have a really bad day. Or week.
It'll make someone
Oh,
have a really
wait.
bad day.
So
Oh,
next we just
ew.
need a mask. Good thing we have a couple of friends who were just... Now, those masks, Lathan, are they going to do something to us, or are they just masks?
I'm going to do something to you if to take them off.
Okay, fair. Okay, uh, so we need masks. At least one. Does anyone have one?
Well, I think we know where we could find one.
We do. Oh, right. I pull out the hat of disguise, plop it on.
Could I be real cheeky and ask for a list of all of them now that we've got the things? Because I'm missing some.
The rites of the arcane octad.
Yeah.
I'll leave that in Val's hands because it'll take me 6 years to write them all down.
Yeah, we just like could put it in maybe like the Discord. Just because I lost like the first 5.
Oh yeah, because you lost all the information when your PC.
I lost all my notes.
I don't have
I
them.
got it.
Thank you.
Okay. Because I only have a convenient list with all 8 of them in what they mean and not what they're worded as.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I've been putting them in a word.
Thank you.
In a document. You're welcome.
Does it have to be? Does it have to be an actual mask, or could it be a magical change your face kind of thingy like Bren did?
Hide thyself behind a mask. Do we want to risk rolling it as
Well,
I
theoretical and not
either.
literal?
You remember that you got that line from the Tower of Illusions.
Oh,
yeah, didn't they have like outfits and whatever in there?
wait, man, I gotta check something. Where did we get each right from?
Let's see
Because
here.
It's the first. Was Shield Thy Heart the Abjuration Tower?
Yes.
Then Summon a Flame. Was that Conjuration? Or was that Evocation? No, Evocation was
That was-
the
Probably conjuration.
A burnt palm loosens the tongue. So if behind the mask was illusion, maybe there's second meaning behind this whole thing.
It's like the goblet all over again.
Goblet bit again. Yep.
It's the goblet all over again. Summon a flame in the palm of your hand. That's probably conjuration. A burnt palm loosens the tongue. Which tower was that?
That was the chunk that broke off of the divination tower and landed in the observatory.
The divination. An enchantment was coax a secret from another. Yeah, this is showing a pattern. You've got to be able to cast to the effect all of these spells in order. So maybe it's not literal. Maybe it just requires you to do all these things using a wand from the Nether Oak. Shield Thy Heart with a wand from the Nether Oak. Cast Abjuration on thyself.
Oh yeah, everyone. You've fully learned the rights. Everyone gets a level.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Nice.
Oh heck!
Hey, that guy-
Level 10.
Level 10.
Oh god! What do I want to do with that?
Question is, rogue or warlock?
Good question.
Oh,
You tell me.
that is a good question.
So, for rogue, I get an
Reroll that.
ability score increase.
It's pretty good.
And that's it.
Reroll that again. I'm not taking ones. Okay, there you go.
Or
Okay,
Warlock.
hit die. Bam!
Oh, I get a new feature. I get a new cantrip. Nice.
I'm up to 90! Woo!
yeah, for Warlock, I think I get an invocation for level spells, and I can do some rearranging of.
Alright, what do I get for
Also
level up
nice.
10 as a druid?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Warlock.
I can gain.
I'm still not at
I'm
triple
taking-
digits
I
yet.
have to
I'm
take it.
so sad.
I was thinking multi-classing, but then I saw what I get at level 10. I get elemental shapeshift.
Okay. Sure, that won't have
So,
any
I'm
implications
getting-
for me. We'll find out together.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make me a. Or just. You can probably just yoink them. Are the elementals in the monster thing? And can we just yoink them? Because I'm gonna need all 4 elementals. Yes, they are. So there. I now have access to air, earth, fire, and water elementals.
Interesting.
Aha! I have now gained a 5th level spell.
Nice.
Which is.
Oh, I get
Commune with
another cantrip.
nature.
Oh, you have commune with nature as well. What do I get?
I have it as a ritual spell.
Incredible.
I've got a. You can ritually cast it. Hang on, let me do the level 10 save. What spells do I get? A second fifth? A second fifth. And a new spell I can learn. Ah, but what to take? Insect plague. Insect plague, though.
Insect plague is very fun.
I have it, but I've been holding on to mass cure wounds as a secondary heal, but now I can do damage. Oh, Val, things have just become extremely spicy for me.
Yep. They sure have.
Oh my god! I kind of want to commune with nature, guys.
Why?
It tells me
Wait,
that
I
I gain
hate to tell
knowledge
you,
of.
but there's a problem with it.
Yeah, it's only
there is-
300 feet range.
No,
'cause it's underground.
it's very specific. Look where we are.
Yeah, it's only 300-foot range because we're underground.
No, it's not that. It's where we are. You have to be in nature. The only place that's nature is the arboreal.
Damn.
It won't work anywhere but in the arboreal. Which is why I haven't bothered to use it. Because it won't do jack shit where we are. It's the unfortunate problem with that spell. It's fucking good when you're not stuck in the middle of a giant city on the ground. It was a good shot, but we're only going to be able to use it in one place in this whole goddamn area.
Indeed.
And even then, I
Oh.
don't know if it'll extend beyond the arboreal, so it probably won't tell us jack shit anyway. So, what did everyone else learn? I learned to become spooky.
Gonna need
Oh,
tokens
got a
for
new
those.
cantrip.
The spell I wanted I can't take because I won't have the component.
Aww.
Mm.
Which one?
An undead eyeball encased in a gem worth at least 150 gold.
Yeah, that might be a little hard.
Yeah,
But
Difficult.
considering where we are...
We're just gonna go back to each of the towers and raid them for spell components.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure we'll find... Like, that's a very specific component, and we're in a very specific place.
You get points if you can work out what spell that's for.
Points towards what? What do I get?
Towards prizes.
Yes, prizes.
Prizes.
Like this
Ooh.
box.
Is it a... I'm assuming it's a level 5th level spell, because that's his... No, wait, no, you're lower than
Oh.
that. It'd be
Yeah, I'm
4th
only
level.
getting
Fourth level. What would be something you would take? That requires Shadow of Moil.
Yeah.
Should have what now?
Ding ding ding. Shadow of Moil. It's an interesting one.
It's basically personal darkness, but it actually only makes dim light that other people can see through. But it makes you, it makes the individual obscured. Heavily
Interesting.
obscured. Which basically has the same effect as if they were blinding the other people, even though it doesn't actually blind them. The weird.
It also has the same effect as my fire shield, except that it stabs with necrotic and not fire or ice.
Yeah.
If anything within 10 feet, not just melee.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's any attack within 10 foot, which means even if they cast a ranged spell at you within 10 foot, then
They get stabbed. It's real nice. Unfortunately, components.
yep.
Hmm.
I gotta leave soon.
Yep. I need to figure out what my other worldly patron feature is.
So I'm just going to have to spend time, because I believe as an elemental, I still maintain my intellectual stats, so I'll have to change that on all of those.
Yep.
So my
I'm
passive
guessing-
perception will still be ridiculous.
Guessing the plans to rest at the library?
That seems to be the plan at the moment. Unless
Yep.
you guys want to...
Outside the library.
I mean, that's the choice, library or stay here at the tower, but I feel like library is the safer option, because if anyone pisses off Farnar, he's going to nuke him into the next dimension while we're sleeping.
I mean, kinda, yeah.
I mean, the tower is pretty safe as well. Oh,
Yeah, but it's a tower. If that golem walks up through here and knocks the tower over while we're in it,
That'd be bad.
that would be kind of bad. And I
well, I
trust
think we
Farnar
would
to
have
just,
noticed it
again...
coming.
Would we, though? Would we notice it in time and get out of the tower before it knocks it over?
Well, it would be knocking other.
Look what it
buildings
did to the Necromancy Tower and tell me they saw that coming.
Well,
They're not the
the
divination
Necromancer
tower.
We're probably dead already.
Now the divination tower is the one north next to the spooky hole.
Yeah, I know. He asked why wouldn't they see it coming. It's completely different towers.
Oh, god damn it.
Am I wrong? I thought that was what that was about.
Oh, no, you're right.
Okay.
Is this...
I'm learning his fancy
where's
magic
the bolt?
stuff.
Where's the rocks, Val? Where are they?
Up there in
Can
the
I summon
ceiling.
rocks? Can I summon rocks?
No,
Damn it.
there's no room for
be fair, they
those
probably
big
waited-
birds down here.
Damn it. Stupid ass birds.
Right, so
Well,
back to
I
the library.
gotta go.
That's the end of the
Yep.
session anyways. We'll pick it up
Oh,
here
right,
next week, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
Alright.
forgot my passive perception is 27.
Right,
Lord.
in that case,
Have fun with that.
we'll pick that up next time.